In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. God created man in His image. God blessed human beings to be fruitful, multiply. God rejoiced in all that He had created. But as human beings fell into sin, they failed to fulfill the blessings they received. God had to endure a long and sad history seeking to recover His lost children. God was finally able to send His only begotten Son and daughter on earth so that the will might be realized, thus initiating a new history that liberated God from His sadness and brought salvation to humankind. An amazing journey into the era of the heavenly unified Korea, a new era. God has always longed to share His immense dream of one family of humanity under the Heavenly Parent. The Creator conveyed the heavenly desire to a young boy of 16 and guided him to enter into holy matrimony with the only begotten daughter that had been prepared by heaven, and thus, for the first time, the long-awaited advent of true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind happened. With a great devotion of Hyojeong, filial love, true parents, through the marriage blessing, restored the family, an institution which had collapsed as a result of the fall through sin. Consequently, tribes and nations are being engrafted into the heavenly lineage. Furthermore, true parents inspired us with the call of forgive, love, and unite. True parents long for unification, and their passion is infecting us. Interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values are the basis for moving toward the era of reunification. True parents have risked their lives in the communist world. They've proclaimed that North and South reunification is the only way to realizing a world of peace. Receiving and recognizing and attending God will provide the framework for a heavenly unified Korea. It is impossible to describe true parents, the blood, sweat, and tears that they sacrifice. Do we have a heart? Do we have a spirit? Yes or no? Have you seen the spirit? Can you see your conscience? Love exists, isn't it? Have you seen and felt love, touched love? What is invisible is more precious than what is visible. It is impossible to describe what true parents had to endure and overcome as true parents. The tears, the sacrifices, and the love that they shed to embrace humanity who stood in the position of orphans. True parents faced and embraced the world to convey God's true love, risking their own lives for the sake of the providence. Now the time of the completion of the providence is at hand. Father proclaimed He accomplished everything and ascended to heaven. True Mother lifted high the torch of the unification movement, and leading us forward, she described the three fundamental strategies that clearly show the way to establish Cheonilguk. She focused on witnessing, creating environments for witnessing, and raising future leaders. All around the world, there are millions of blessed families. The time has come for blessed families to follow true parents' thought and going beyond the barriers of race, nationality, and culture. They need to reveal the truth of providential history, uphold the will of true parents, and bring about the miraculous springtime of the providence. God will be with you. Faced with the compulsory task of fulfilling God's will and the long-awaited hope of humanity to return to God's bosom, True Mother did not shy away from walking a path of trials and tribulations. She embarked on a cosmic Canaan course that led her to provide vision and hope for the world. Furthermore, the Peace Road Project, a march for the sake of world peace and Korean reunification, is connecting the world, and it embodies the hope and desire of all people to live in a better, fairer, and more united world. This project has become a messenger of peace that crosses the last divide between North and South Korea, connecting our present with the future heavenly unified Korea. The heavenly unified Korea the entire world is yearning for cannot be realized with human efforts alone. Without fail, we can only realize the heavenly unified Korea when Korea recognizes that God is the true owner of the Korean peninsula and lives in attendance to God. That is when we can see hope, and that is when this nation will find the hope and the key to realizing heavenly unified Korea. In the first year of Cheonilguk, 2020, the long-awaited time arrived, and the centenary of Father's Ascension, of Father's birth, and the 60th anniversary of True Parents' holy wedding were celebrated with participants from all around the world. True Mother fulfilled her promise of firmly establishing the foundation for Cheonilguk on this earth. Today, the world is facing countless challenges, beginning with the COVID-19 pandemic. Furthermore, the world is filled with despair. People are searching for hope, and True Mother is lifting high the torch of hope for humanity. In this era of Cheonilguk, True Mother is bringing the entire community of Heavenly Parents, holy community, and recognizing Cheonbo families who will be the treasures of heaven. The foundation of expanding heaven's lineage is taking place around the world. Furthermore, Mother hosted rallies of hope where hundreds of millions of global citizens participated. Over the past 6 rallies of hope, the hope for the realization of one Korea and the world united under the Heavenly Parent is coming together. Leaders from around the world are joining this noble initiative.
I applaud the tireless efforts of Dr. Moon and the thousands of experts who have endorsed establishing Think Tank 2022 under the shared goal of achieving lasting peace on the Korean Peninsula.
Think Tank 2022, bringing together the wisdom of leaders in government, business, religion, civil society. I believe the dream of a peaceful cooperation and unity in Korea will be closer to reality than ever before.
Today, the light of hope that True Mother has lit is shining brightly around the world, bringing together leaders of society as well as peace-loving citizens into this great march towards sustainable peace and common prosperity in the Korean Peninsula and around the world. Following the launch of Think Tank 2022, 2022 experts, including current and former heads of state, are bringing their wisdom together to realize the heavenly unified Korea. We are now working together hand in hand to realize a world of lasting peace, a world of hope, a world of happiness for all. As we celebrate Father's Holy Ascension anniversary, Father in heaven and Mother on earth are guiding us, helping us overcome seemingly impossible challenges. Today, as we celebrate the 9th anniversary of Father's Ascension into the Kingdom of Heaven, we are now coming as one into this amazing journey of the heavenly unified Korea. Respected leaders, blessed families from home and abroad, dignitaries and ambassadors for peace. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of True Father. My name is Yoon Young-ho, Director General for International Headquarters. I will be your MC for today. I'm very pleased to meet you. The theme of today's Ascension anniversary will be becoming lights of the world through filial hearts for heaven. And today we are all united with one heart of yearning but also of reverence for Father as we celebrate the 9th anniversary of His holy Ascension. And today we have participants from 194 nations who have gathered online to participate in this holy celebration. I would like to welcome you all. Let us give a warm round of applause to welcome everyone in attendance today, both at the venue and online. Welcome, everyone. Today, as we celebrate the Gyeongbae ceremony, we are now connected with 194 nations around the world. And at the Cheongshim Peace World Center, we have members of the True Family, leaders from Heavenly Korea and Cheongbo families here. And also in each regional headquarters, they are preparing for the Gyeongbae ceremony with offering tables. And the families around the world have also prepared various offering tables to be here with us today. And also online, the 3 generations of families are putting their devotion and Cheongsong together to participate in this Gyeongbae ceremony. This will be indeed a meaningful and valuable celebration. Furthermore, in Korea and around the world, we are absolutely abiding by COVID-19 regulations, and today we have leaders from everywhere gathered here. We would like to welcome members, different representatives, beginning with members of the True Family. And first, we have members of the True Family. We have participants from around the world. Let us first introduce members of the True Family. Let us welcome members of the True Family with a heartfelt round of applause. Next, here at the Peace World Center, we have members and blessed families from Heavenly Korea. Please wave your hands, everyone from Heavenly Korea. Please wave your hands and be recognized. Next, we have leaders, blessed families, and representatives from Heavenly Japan. We want to really welcome you. Kange itashimasu. Welcome to everyone from Heavenly Japan. Please wave your hands. Next, from Heavenly America, we have blessed families and leaders from North America. Welcome, everyone. Please wave your hands so that you can be acknowledged. Thank you very much. Even though the time may be different, the heart of yearning for Father is the same. Next is Heavenly Africa. Let us give an African welcome to all of our African brothers and sisters and leaders. Bienvenue. Next, from Heavenly Europe, let us welcome all of the members and leaders from Heavenly Europe. Welcome, Faleminderit. Everyone looks so beautiful. From Latin America, let us welcome all the blessed families and leaders from Latin America. Bienvenido, bienvenidos. Muchísimas gracias. Lastly, we have Heavenly Asia Pacific. Leaders, blessed families from Heavenly Asia Pacific. Welcome. Mabuhay. Once again, thank you very much. Let us welcome all the participants, all the blessed families and leaders from around the world with a British round of applause. Respected leaders from home and abroad, beloved blessed families, today we are here to celebrate the 9th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension. True Father dedicated his entire life to realizing the liberation and salvation of humanity. Today, we also reflect deeply on the incredible tradition and legacy of Hyojong that Father bequeathed unto us, which is the foundation for the realization of a cosmic family of humanity under God. Today, as we celebrate the solemn ascension of True Father, which seems like yesterday, it is already 9 years since Father's entrance into the kingdom of heaven. Even today, we can really feel the breath, the blood, sweat, and tears that Father shed. Everywhere we can see the footsteps that Father left. Everywhere we go, we can really feel the heart that True Father invested. Throughout the world, the footprints of true parents can be seen and can be felt. True Father hosted the holy marriage wedding of the Lamb in 1960 with a true mother, and today, together, they ascended to the position of true parents and realized the ideal of the advent of true parents. And since then, they've been working together with one heart to realize the cosmic family of humanity under the heavenly parent. They have walked a path of blood, sweat, and tears. True parents could not properly rest for even one day, having never letting secular thoughts fill their mind. They have put their lives on the line, investing everything, walking and traveling around the world. Everywhere they were called, they would go to embrace God's beloved children, even though it felt as if they were on a rickety shaft sailing across tumultuous oceans. True parents' will was singular in sacrificing themselves to embrace humanity and guide humanity back to the loving, warm bosom of our heavenly parent. When we feel and reflect on the blood, sweat, and tears that Father shed on this earth, once again our hearts are stirred. We feel the compassion that Father had for humanity. We feel the love of True Mother for humanity. Once again our hearts are moved to tears, reflecting on the incredible life of our true parents. July 17 by the heavenly calendar in 2012 was a day none of us expected. This was a day when we all fell into despair at the thought of Father's ascension. No one expected nor prepared for Father's ascension. However, Mother, holding Father's body, she made a firm resolve that until she ascended to the spirit world, she would accomplish the firm establishment of Cheonilguk. And since then, Mother has lived each day as if it were 1,000 years, working tirelessly to bring about the realization of the salvation and restoration of 7 nations and seven religious denominations. And since then, True Mother has been working tirelessly and proclaimed the firm establishment of the cosmic nation of peace and unity. And through the firm establishment of Cheonilguk, true parents firmly established the foundation for the absolute embodiment of Heavenly Parent on this earth. And since then, during the gathering to celebrate the 60th anniversary of True Parents' holy wedding, True Mother proclaimed Heavenly Parents' holy community, the umbrella that would bring all of humanity together under the umbrella of God's loving embrace. And on October 10, 2020 at 10 a.m., True Mother gave us a tremendous blessing, which is to register all blessed families who became victorious heavenly tribal messiahs, both horizontally and vertically, to become Cheonbo families, to be registered into heaven's ledger as treasures of heaven. Father's final prayer contained the sentence, "When heavenly tribal messiahs can represent the nations, then everything will be accomplished." And in order to bring forth the realization of Father's final prayer, Mother gave us the great blessing of becoming Cheonbo families. Beloved leaders and blessed families, when we look back on the first 7-year course that Mother brought to a great victory, now we are marching in the 7-year course until 2027, when the celebration of the 60th Heavenly Parents' Day will take place. And now, True Mother has always been working, yearning for Father, and also preparing for Father's ascension. Mother has always been offering tremendous 정성. Despite the tremendous challenges and trials and tribulations, Mother never once stopped marching forward, guiding us and inspiring us, giving us hope for the future. And at this moment, all around the world, to humanity who are in the position of orphans, not knowing about the advent of true parents or about the providence of Heavenly Parent, True Mother hosted the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension. And last year, during the 2020 celebrations, Mother offered the utmost devotion to celebrate the 8th anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension. beloved, blessed families and leaders from around the world. As we celebrate the 9th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension, Mother is offering profound Cheongsong. And next year will be the 10th anniversary of Father's Ascension. In particular, in Korea, the Korean Peninsula, Father yearned more than anybody else about the day of reunification of the Korean Peninsula. And therefore, in 2022, the 10th anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension, it will not be a day of mourning. It will be a day of celebration, a day to really celebrate the completion of Father's ascension into the kingdom of heaven. It will be a time when we reflect on the ascension of Father, but also to reflect on Father's earnest wish of realizing the heavenly unified Korea, the nation of cosmic peace and unity. And that is why from September of this year until February of next year, Mother has decreed that this 6-month period will be a time of celebrating the ascension of Father into the kingdom of heaven. And that is why we have celebratory events beginning with the Peace Forum on the Heavenly Unified Korea, the Great Works Workshop, Peace Road 2021, Think Tank 2022, the Think Tank 2022 Rally of Hope and Forums, as well as various events, including the Summit on Peace in the Korean Peninsula, the Cheonbo Great Workshop, Cheonbo Great Works, and the Cheonbo Registration Workshop. More than 30 major events will take place, completely focused on bringing forward the realization of the heavenly unified Korea. The time has come to see the realization of Mother's tremendous providential initiative marching forward again, and again. Since 1960, we have seen the past 60 years of the providence that true parents have walked. These 60 years represent 6,000 years of the history of the restoration of the providence. And until now, true parents have carried the burden of the providence. However, a new era has dawned upon us. This is no longer the era of the responsibility of the parents, but the era of the responsibility of the children. And that is why over the next 6 months, our objective is to realize the unification of the homeland, the realization of the heavenly unified Korea. The time has come when we can become the children of Hyojeong. And it is my hope that we can all make that firm resolve, determination, and more than anything else, march forward with courage and determination to realize the heavenly unified Korea. If we unite as one with True Mother, miracles will happen. In the history of the unification movement, we are now marching forward, making great strides forward along a new journey that we've never been before. Miracles we never expected will be realized. Father in the spirit world is showering blessings upon us. If you agree with me, let us give a warm round of applause. Let us shake heaven and earth with the thunder of our applause to thank our beloved true parents. Beginning now, let us begin the celebrations as we celebrate the Gyeongbae ceremony to celebrate and commemorate the 9th Holy Ascension anniversary of Myung, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. Please join me in offering a heartfelt round of applause and begin today's celebrations. Thank you very much. Next, we will light the holy candles. And representing members of the True Family as well as the Spiritual Four Position Foundation, the family of Hyojin-nim and Hung-jin-nim will come forward to light the holy candles. Thank you very much. Next, we will now have the peace offering. It is an inter-religious offering of peace, bringing together all of the religious leaders from around the world into one world of cosmic peace and unity. We will have the water of peace and the declaration to heaven, representing the 7 regions and the 7 major religions. We will have representatives from the 7 major religions of Korea offer the peace offering. Honorable Kang Hye-won from Seonggyungwan, the Honorable Kim Dong-ok for Islam, Reverend Kim Stephen for Protestantism, the Venerable Uryong for Buddhism, the Venerable Won Young-jin for Taejongyo, the Honorable Shin Hye-won for Cheondogyo, and the Reverend Lee Gi-sung for Heavenly Parents Holy Community. The religious leaders will gather around the bowl for the water of peace. All religious leaders, please gather around and for the water of peace. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And now, Reverend Lee Gi-sung from Heavenly Parents Holy Community will offer the declaration to heaven. Declaration to heaven. Our most noble and precious Heavenly Parent, our beloved true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, today, on the 17th day of the 7th month in the 9th year of Cheonilguk, we are celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of Sun Myung-moon, the true Father of Heaven, Earth, and Humankind at the Cheongshim Peace World Center. We have prepared a sacred commemorative altar here at the Peace World Center. It is with the sincerest devotion that all members of the true families, as well as blessed families, both in the spiritual and physical world, render all glory and praise to you on this day. It is with this heart we are holding today's commemorative Gyeongbae ceremony. Please accept all glory and praise. Our true Father of Heaven, Earth, and Humankind, to whom we are grateful, you came to a world full of sin, and after fighting with billions of Satan's minions, you discovered the divine principle. You found God's only begotten daughter, and you finally merged together as the true parents of humanity. As true parents, you shed blood, sweat, and tears for the world and were successful in your work of restoration. Even if earth and heaven were to fall down, your greatness as the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind will shine and be remembered forevermore. In order for True Mother to realize your will and fulfill her promise to accomplish after your ascension in the heavenly realms 9 years ago, she invested herself completely with a life or death resolution to overcome a situation where she could not see even one step ahead, and endlessly journeyed to all corners of the world, east, west, north, and south, seeking to embrace the world. She carried the heaviest cross of tears in this world and victoriously concluded her 7-year course. She embraced the world as the mother of peace, wiping away the tears of humanity, the mother of love, the mother of blessing. As a result of these efforts, True Mother opened a new history through the proclamation of the firm establishment of Cheonilguk and Heavenly Parents' Holy Community. Hosting Rally of Hope series, she has gathered leaders all over the world and launched Think Tank 2022. It is based on this triumphant expectation that we are celebrating the 9th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension. Through all the commemorative events held over the ensuing 6 months, we will let all people know that True Father is working inexhaustibly with True Mother 24 hours a day with the authority of the Lord of Truth, Holiness, and Virtue in Cheonilguk. Help us to know, believe, and attend the truth of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, who are working both in heaven and on earth. Please allow this festive period of miraculous great triumphs to bring us awareness. What a blessing it is for humankind that true parents have come to our world, which will inevitably perish if we continue on with this path of sin, conflict, sickness, and environmental destruction. And what a great joy it is to attend Heavenly Parents' only begotten daughter, the true mother of humankind. Beloved Heavenly Parent, please work so that the tragedy of COVID-19, the end of which we cannot predict, becomes a condition of restoration through indemnity, so that all world leaders and all of humanity can move forward to victory in 2027 under the embrace of Heavenly Parents' holy community. The true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind in this time, we offer infinite glory and honor. For those of us who have received the grace of Cheonbo through victory and tribal messiahship, please make this a time of determination when we swear to take the path of loyalty and filial piety with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. Putting together the conditions that the Cheonilguk leaders and blessed families of the Heavenly Parents' holy community have set, I report and offer this in all of our names and in my name of Lee Gi-sung and Jang Yun-jung, a blessed central family. Aju. Thank you very much for this moving declaration to heaven. Beloved leaders, blessed families, let us give a round of applause to express our gratitude to the religious leaders for their peace offering. Next, we will now sing the Cheonilguk anthem. Everyone, please rise and let us all sing the Cheonilguk anthem in step with the melody. Next, we will now recite the family pledge. We will recite the family pledge in Korean with
가정맹세
thank you.
1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조
창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다.
2.
천일국 주인 우리 가정은
사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상 세계와 대상적 지상 세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Aju, thank you very much. Everyone, kindly take your seats. Next, we will now have the Cheonilguk Gyeongbae ceremony. First, representing members of the true family, we will have the Gyeongbae ceremony, and after that, we will have Gyeongbae ceremonies by regions, beginning with Heavenly Korea, Japan, America, North Africa, Europe, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. So first, members of the true family, please come forward on the stage. We will have the Cheonilguk Gyeongbae ceremony. All members of the true family who are participating through the live stream, please rise. We will now do the Gyeongbae ceremony.
경배
Gyeongbae. 바로
참가정은 자리로
Thank you, members of the true family. Please return to your seats. Next will be leaders representing Cheonjeonggung headquarters and Heavenly Korea representative families. Please come forward, and also all the leaders from Heavenly Korea, all members from Heavenly Korea and blessed families, please rise. We will all offer the Gyeongbae together. Gyeongbae. 바로
대표 가정은 자리로
And our representative couples, please return to your seats. Next will be the Heavenly Japan, the mother nation of the Providence. All blessed families of Heavenly Japan, please rise. We will all offer the representative bow together. Gyeongbae.
바로
바로.
다음은 섭리의
Thank you.
창조나라
Next will be the
신유국대를
eldest
지도자와
son
축복받은
nation of the
대표들이
Providence,
있겠습니다.
Heavenly North America. All leaders who have joined through the two-way live stream, please rise and offer a bow together. 경배.
경배 바로
바로.
다음 신아프리카 대표
Next will be leaders and blessed families from Heavenly Africa. Everyone joining from Heavenly Africa, please rise and let us all offer a bow together. 경배.
경배 바로
바로.
다음 신유럽 대륙의
Next
지도자와
will be Heavenly
축복받은
Europe.
대표들이
All the
있겠습니다.
members and
양방향으로
leaders from
함께하고
Heavenly
계신
Europe,
신유럽 대륙의 지도자 및
please
모든
rise
축복
and let us
가정들이
offer
자리에서
a
일어서 주시기
bow
바랍니다.
to our beloved true parents. 경배.
경배 바로
바로.
다음 신중남미 대륙의
Next will be
지도자와
Heavenly
축복
Latin
가정들의
America.
대표가 있겠습니다.
All blessed
양방향으로
families and
함께하고
leaders who are
계신
joining
신중남미
from
대륙의
Heavenly
모든
Latin
지도자와
America,
축복 가정들은
please rise and let us
자리에서
now
일어서 주시기
offer
바랍니다.
a bow to our beloved true parents. 경배.
바로
바로.
마지막으로 신아시아
Lastly
태평양
will
대륙의
be
지도자와 축복
Heavenly
가정들의
Asia
대표가
Pacific.
있겠습니다.
All blessed families and
양방향으로
leaders from
함께하고 계신
Heavenly Asia
신아시아
Pacific,
태평양
please
대륙의
rise
모든 지도자와
and let us
축복
offer
가정들은
a bow of
자리에서
greeting to our
일어서 주시기
beloved
바랍니다.
true parents. 경배.
경배 바로
바로. Next, we will now have the bow of greeting from all blessed families worldwide. All blessed families around the world, please rise and we will offer a standing bow to our beloved true parents. 경배. 바로.
모두 자리에 착석해
Everyone,
주시기
kindly
바랍니다.
take your seats.
이번 순서는
Now we will
효정
have the Hyojong in memoriam addresses from VIPs around the world. True Father lived a life of sacrifice for the sake of humanity, and we have the opportunity to have Hyojong in memoriam addresses by 5 leaders. Representing overseas leaders, we will have the Honorable Newt Gingrich, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, and His Excellency Fatmir Seyju will offer in memoriam addresses. Let us welcome the 3 VIPs with a warm round of applause.
I'm Newt Gingrich, and I want to welcome all of the dignitaries, the parliamentarians, the heads of state who've gathered for this 9th annual celebration of the struggle for peace, led initially by Father Moon, continued now by Mother Moon, people who know personally the value of peace, people who've experienced the pain of communism. In Father Moon's case, he was a prisoner in a North Korean communist prison. Mother Moon managed luckily to escape before the war began, but both of them have an intimate, deep knowledge of tyranny
and of the cost to normal everyday human beings. This is a particularly important time for you to be gathering to celebrate this effort, because the uncertainties created in the world by the process in Afghanistan mean that all over the world, people are going to be looking and saying, how can we move towards peace and not war? How can we move towards stability and freedom and not tyranny and dictatorship? And so what you're going to do is really, really important. Once again, Mother Moon and the worldwide effort she's leading is trying to help lay the framework for peace for all of us. And by participating, you are helping in that extraordinarily important process. I also want to thank Mother Moon and Father Moon for the enormous commitment they made in developing the Washington Times, reflecting their belief that having a strong, solid America is so important to the whole process of trying to get to peace. And the Washington Times is a leading voice for the efforts needed in order for us to have a peaceful world. So thank you for participating. I think you will find this a very important moment you'll remember the rest of your life. And I think that it's really vital at this particular time that you are willing to spend your time working on this effort to have peace.
Our dear Mother Moon, the Mother of Peace, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, my family, the International Summit Council for Peace, ISCP Africa, and indeed the entire College of Ambassadors for Peace, I wish to salute you on this special anniversary of the passing of Reverend Father Moon, the co-founder of the Universal Peace Federation, UPF. This occasion, which marks the 8th anniversary of the passing of Father Moon, stands to remind us and all partners of the Universal Peace Federation, UPF, of the life and times of Reverend Moon. It's a time to reflect on the vision of peace, reconciliation, and harmonious coexistence which Reverend Moon lived and pursued with vigor. I recall with deep sense of nostalgia my last personal encounter with him on his visit to Nigeria in July 2011, when I was the president of my country. It will be recalled that Nigeria was the last country he visited outside his country of residence. He believed in Nigeria and never hid his love for her and her people. The message of peace and reconciliation which he shared remains with us till today. As a peacemaker, he lent his efforts to the successful peace process in many countries, including Poland, Germany, and the then USSR. It will also stand to his memory, and indeed to the credit of all lovers of peace, when his dream for the reunification of the North and South Korea, for which a multinational think tank has been set up, is achieved. As we remember him today, the ISCP Africa, which I chair, hereby restates her readiness to collaborate with bodies such as the Universal Peace Federation to promote dialogue, unification, peace, and development in the unified Korean nation. We also wish to congratulate Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, the co-founder of the Universal Peace Federation, for her capability, wisdom, commitment, and her untiring advocacy for global peace and harmonious existence, and for carrying on with the initiatives which she co-founded with Reverend Moon. As we reflect on the legacies of love and peace of Reverend Moon, I urge the leaders of Korea to be open to continuous partnership with both local and international organizations in order to achieve lasting peace in the peninsula and the world. Let the healing of the world begin with the reunification of the Korean Peninsula. Once again, to all world leaders, let us reflect on the vision of Reverend Myung Moon and promote policies, programs, and initiatives that will bring peace and harmony to our world. May the world stand with Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, so that together we shall continue to move with the laudable programs of the Universal Peace Federation dedicated to world peace. I wish you all a happy anniversary celebration. I thank you all.
Dear Mother Moon, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors for Peace, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all of this important event, wishing that you are healthy and doing well. I am honored to be able to address you on this significant event held on the occasion of 9th anniversary of Reverend Moon Ascension. It is wonderful to remember the day of passing of Reverend Moon, not in mourning, but instead by celebrating his legacy and achievement. We have a meaningful expression in Kosovo which say, let's not be sad that he left us, but let's rejoice and celebrate that we had him among us. I have had the privilege to participate in the International Leadership Conference organized by UPF on February 2011, and I met Reverend Moon at that time, when he was 91 years old. I was amazed by the grandiose event itself, but I was especially surprised by the vitality of 91-year-old man who could speak for hours and with such passion. Throughout his life, Reverend Moon has been a champion of interfaith cooperation, good governance, family values, reconciliation, and service to others. Indeed, he has lived his life for the sake of others, and his achievements are recognized and respected throughout the world. It is an honor for me to participate in the great work of the Universal Peace Federation, which he founded, together with Mrs. Moon. Today, I am happy to see that Mother Moon is successfully continuing her husband's legacy of love and peace. Her visionary leadership can be clearly seen through the series of world summits that have been held by UPF around the world in recent years, and by the rallies of hope that are being organized during the pandemic, joining online by millions of people. In December 2019, I had the opportunity to, together with President Myung from Albania, to participate in the Continental Summit and Peace Blessing Festival held in Johannesburg, South Africa, where 100,000 people filled the FBA stadium, and it was a truly amazing experience. I believe that the work of UPF and its global peace initiatives will be more and more needed and recognized as we live at a time of crisis never seen before. It is a time for world leaders to reflect deeply, come together, and develop a strategy to help humankind live as on the world family. As the pandemic continues to spread, we can see that the world was not prepared all for such phenomenon. Surely, this should serve as a lesson for world leaders to start thinking differently. We should work together cooperatively and constructively for the sake of mutual prosperity and peace, and be prepared for such crises in the future. I am convinced that UPF and its global network of Ambassadors for Peace has an important role to play as we pursue these efforts. Thank you once again for allowing me to address this important gathering, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for these moving testimonies. Let us give another round of applause to these three VIPs for their moving in memoriam tributes to True Father.
다음 두 번
Next, we have two Hyojong in memoriam addresses by Korean VIPs. And these are VIPs with a close relationship with father. And also, we have the Honorable Dr. Hong Il-shik, who was the former chair of the Sonak Peace Prize Committee, as well as the Honorable Cho Myung-chol, a member of the 19th Korean National Assembly, who had a very close relationship with true father. Let us welcome both leaders with a round of applause. As a person who has always respected the exceptional peace ideology and great achievements of Reverend Sun Myung-moon, I am truly honored to be chosen to give this in-memorial address on the 9th anniversary of his Holy Ascension. I believe that Reverend Moon was the first pioneer to propagate the culture and ideology of Korea to all parts of the world, as well as the most widely respected Korean in the world. My first meeting with Reverend Moon dates back 40-some years ago to 1980. At that time, I was working as a professor in Korea University's College of Liberal Arts and also serving as the director of the Research Institute of Korean Studies. And as such, I was quite immersed in the compilation of the Chinese-Korean unabridged dictionary. We had been having much difficulty in procuring funds for the compilation of the dictionary, when Reverend Moon readily provided what was then quite a large sum to support our project, even though he and I were complete strangers. He said, "The compilation of the Chinese-Korean unabridged dictionary will not only serve as a cornerstone of exchange between Korea and China in the future, but it will also be directly linked to the fate of Korea in the coming days." His words and determination shown at a time when Korea was yet to establish diplomatic ties with China made me realize what a great and remarkable man Reverend Moon is. Afterwards, through various other experiences, I was also able to realize that Reverend Moon's great ideology, philosophy, and vision are the new peace ideology for humanity created by fusing the Christian ideology of the West and the traditional ideology of Korea. Recently, in the international community, including the UN, discussions are being held actively on global citizenship, which entails all of humanity coming together in solidarity, transcending nationality. From a century before that, however, Reverend Moon took the next step from global citizenship and spoke of a global family-ship. In order to bring about a peaceful world of one humanity living as one family, Reverend Moon invested endless passion, superhuman energy, and an enormous amount of funds to carry out interreligious, international, and interracial movement on a global scale. Moreover, he attained incredible results in all fields and realms, which is an almost impossible feat for a single individual to achieve. However, what is more important is for us to not only revere his greatest achievements, but also to take the next step and reflect upon what he believed in and dreamed of. This is because human thought is flexible, unrestricted, and limitless to the point where it can transcend and embrace the entire universe. Isn't it true that all kinds of unique cultural phenomena originating from the young Korean generations, such as the trend of K-pop and the Korean wave led by BTS and several girl groups, are quickly spreading like wildfire across the world today? They are helping to assimilate the popular culture of the entire world to become something more akin to that of Korea. What this means is that for the first time in history, Koreans and Korean culture have moved from the tributary to the mainstream, in the creation of a human cultural history. Instead of being a passive object, they have become an active protagonists and moved in from the periphery where they had been following others to the center where they are leading others. This is an actual fact and reality recognized by all peoples of the world. However, when we reflect upon it, we can see that this great and unbelievable change and turnaround is not a mere coincidence. We cannot help but be deeply moved, for we are the ones who know that this phenomenon is actually the germination of seeds sown earlier by Reverend Moon despite all kinds of difficulties. In 2012, 2 years after Reverend Moon ascended to the eternal realm, the kingdom of heaven, I was asked to take the leadership of the Sonnak Peace Prize Committee launched by Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon to memorialize the great peace ideology and achievements of Reverend Moon, where I served faithfully until the 4th award ceremony. I believe that Reverend Moon in heaven is feeling deeply rewarded to see what has become a global peace prize in such a short time. It is also my firm belief that Reverend Moon's heartfelt love for all of humanity will become a great beacon in human history and light the way for all of us in the future. Dear Reverend Moon, who I am sure is looking down upon us from heaven at this very moment, please give us great wisdom and courage and help us bring together all of humanity as one global family through your great ideology, philosophy, and wisdom. I pray for Reverend Moon in heaven to be eternally in peace. Thank you very much. I offer this on August 24, 2021 by Hong Il-shik. Although this day of the Ascension of Reverend Moon comes around every year, I always miss Reverend Moon with tears every year. I cannot help but long to once again see the face of Reverend Sun Myung Moon, who brought sunlight to Pyongyang with his bright yet rumbling voice, with Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon by his side. One reason that I so dearly miss Reverend Moon so much could be the harsh reality that I'm facing, where my brothers, my family, my sisters, my friends are still unable to escape from the Republic of Darkness. Looking upon today's situation in which we talk of justice and peace, and yet we cannot even say a word to the leading characters in the nation of darkness in the north, it makes me realize once again what a bold and heroic man Reverend Moon really was. Though we speak of peace and prosperity, we are as yet unable to grasp reunification even in its simplest form, which would entail nothing more than us sitting together with our divided families and share a meal together. Perhaps this is why I yearn and miss Reverend Moon so much more today. Nowadays, people speak grand words related to unification. Our conversations are filled with grand aspirations of unification. And yet, those words have as yet failed to bring about the historic results, such as bringing warm rays of sunlight directly on the North Korean citizens who are still suffering today. Indeed, I truly respect Reverend Moon because he stood boldly, courageously, and at the same time, endearingly in Pyongyang, the center of the nation of darkness, and solemnly declare the end of the Juche ideology, saying that the Juche ideology is wrong and inadequate to unite the Korean peninsula. I truly, truly miss Reverend Moon. I miss my hero. When he looked on that day, I yearn and miss Reverend Moon so much more today. On the other hand, today is also the day when the more I miss Reverend Moon, the more shameful I feel that I have been unable to follow on the footsteps that he so courageously opened for us to follow. I cannot help but feel ashamed at the thought that if I had inherited his courage, his unification thought, and his achievements and made them my own, the present situation in the Korean peninsula would perhaps be different from what it is today. However, today, I resolve, and I'm sure we resolve together, to stand up and march forward together once again. We will inherit the achievements accomplished by Reverend Moon in Pyongyang and once again march forward with determination towards a heavenly unified Korea under Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon's leadership. This determination, this pledge we make today is also the pledge we renew every year on this day when we miss Reverend Moon so dearly, more than ever before. We will not hesitate. We will not waver. We are determined and we will follow in the footsteps of Reverend Moon. What moving in memoriam addresses. Let us give another round of applause to Dr. Hong Il-sik and the Honorable Cho Myung-chul for their moving in memoriam addresses. And now we will have a commemorative poem recital to honor Father's legacy. It is now titled Building a House, a mention in the homeland I have longed for. Mrs. Wonju McDavid, Chief of Staff for True Mother Secretariat, will recite the in memoriam poem. Building a mansion in the homeland I have longed for. Building a mansion in the homeland I long for. Written by Lee Gi-ryung. A longing that would bring clouds to shed tears. Beyond that mountain is my old hometown where I once lived. Father longed for his hometown of Cheongju, the surrounding fields where wild plants grew. Often, thinking back on the hometown of Cheongju, Father's eyes would well up with tears and his voice would break. So strong was Father's longing and nostalgia for his hometown that on one hot summer midday, just before he ascended to heaven, Father visited the Osan Middle and High School in Hannam-dong, remembering his student days, where it was located in North Korea. As he looked at the playground, hallways and empty classrooms, Father allowed the wave of nostalgia to fill his heart once again, bringing back memories of long, long ago, like waves breaking on distant shores, falling like rain, then flowing and foaming like bubbles. Boldly and eloquently, like a powerful waterfall, Father addressed the world. He led the charge to open the Iron Curtain in the cold lands of the Soviet Union, and in the Red Square in front of the Kremlin in Moscow, he led and organized the World Media Conference, a carpet of peace, calling for the Juche ideology flag at the Mansudae Shrine in Pyongyang to be lowered. Father tightly embraced Kim Il-sung, pledging that the two would become one, older brother and younger brother, brothers that would be united in attending Heavenly Parent. Finally, after 40 years of longing, Father could finally visit his hometown of Cheongju. Yet, even after his reunion with his brothers and sisters, even when standing at Mount Myodu in the setting sun, he greeted his parents Moon Kyung-yu and Kim Gyeongbae, who rested in the family burial ground. Father remained resolute. Like Jesus, who had spread God's words in a wilderness swept by the wind, Father's sole aim was the liberation of God's homeland and the unity of the people. He did not hesitate to take on the course of the wilderness, filled with raging winds and stormy rains. Yet, deep down in Father's heart, flowed a river of longing that could not be described in words. As Father ascended to the spirit world, he held Mother's hand. His last words were, "Mother, thank you. Please take care of everything." Mother began offering prayers, devotion at Father's tomb, Bonyangwon, the original garden. For 3 years, 1,093 days, whether it stormed or whether it snowed, True Mother stoically offered devotions in mourning for True Father and waited for the prodigal sons to return. She lit the wick of the lamp, left open the door, and counted the stars in the night sky after each sunset and moonrise as she waited anxiously. Am I the only one left? With a desperate heart and only heaven to hold on, Mother went into the wilderness, buffeted by wind and rain, to embrace the 7.8 billion people around the world. The Mother of Peace who wipes away the tears of humanity, she proclaimed the firm establishment of Cheonilguk and opened a new era under the great umbrella of Heavenly Parents' Holy Community. In an era of despair amid the corona pandemic, Mother hosted online rallies of hope, marking the 30th anniversary of True Parents' visit to North Korea. Mother spoke of peace. She brought about a renewed vision of a heavenly unified Korea. She germinated and allowed the flowers of hope to blossom, flowers of peace in the Korean peninsula. Think Tank 22 has taken off, and it is soaring high for the sake of peace on the Korean peninsula. To realize this miracle of reunification, Mother is sending flowers of peace across the mountains and streams of North Korea, and has hung a beautiful flower lamp whose light will liberate God's homeland through Father's lifelong wish, heading across Kaesong's Seonjuk Bridge and Mansudae in Pyongyang towards Jeonju and Anju, the original Gardens of Eden, and reaching the Palace of Flowers by the Dale River in her hometown, where rose and lily petals shimmer and flower. Mother continues to offer her utmost devotion even today, and waits anxiously for God's homeland to be freed. Though we cannot handle even one thread of God's providence, True Parents have still blessed us as Cheonilguk citizens and given us the grace of becoming Cheonbo families. We are ushering in the providential spring of a new era of the heavenly heart. O Heavenly Parent, please allow us to strike the bell of Jongno with our heads so that the sound of the dawn bells ringing in the coming Cheonilguk will be heard throughout the world. Allow us to shout out the advent of God's only begotten daughter, the Mother of Unification. Allow us to cut down cinnamon trees from the moon and pine trees of Mount Baekdu to our heart's desire, and build a mansion in that original garden by the Dale River, where we will attend our true parents for eternity. Please, True Mother, live long and remain in good health. What a moving in memoriam poem recital. Thank you for moving us. And now we will have a Hyojong special performance. And really, this is a special performance by the ambassadors of True Parents culture, the Little Angels. And the Little Angels will really manifest the wish of True Parents to express a true beauty through arts and culture. And True Parents are really showing us the kind of pure love, but also pure culture, a pure heart to expand this culture around the world. Today, in 2022, during the 10th anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension, the Little Angels will prepare a special concert, and next year will be the 60th anniversary of their founding. And that is why the Little Angels today would like to celebrate the 9th anniversary of True Father's Ascension with a special medley of songs True Father loved. Let us welcome the ambassadors of True Parents culture, the Little Angels, with a celebratory round of applause. Congratulations, true parents. We love you. Thank you.
much. 아리가또 고자이마스.
천상의 목소리 우리
Wow,
모두에게
the little angels really moved us with their angelic voices, and we really could express through beautiful song and art the heart of yearning for true Father. Wouldn't you agree? Let us give the little angels another round of applause to express our gratitude, but also our heart of love for beloved true
사랑하는
parents.
우리 지도자,
Beloved leaders, blessed families from around the world.
성화식을 가장 영광
And
가운데 하늘 앞에 봉헌하시고
really, for the past 8 years, a true mother has been walking a path of devotion. And for the past 8 years, true mother has offered incredible devotion, putting her life on the line to really bequeath unto us the tradition of filial piety for heaven, the heart of Hyojeong. Furthermore, she firmly established the cosmic nation of peace and unity. And now that we celebrate the ninth anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension, and before the 10th anniversary of Father's Holy Ascension, more than anyone else at this special time, Mother is offering serious Cheongsong, and the true Mother will now come on the stage. Let us prepare to welcome true Mother. Beloved leaders, blessed families from around the world, our beloved, the true Mother of heaven, earth, and humankind is coming on stage. Everyone, please rise and let us welcome our beloved true Mother with a loving round of applause. Since Father's holy ascension, true Mother has lived her entire life for the sake of realizing Father's will. She walked the 7-year course of the cosmic Canaan course to bring about the firm establishment of Cheonilguk, and she kept and realized her pledge with the true Father. Let us give another round of applause to our beloved true parents, and in particular to our beloved true Mother. Everyone, let us offer a bow of greeting to our true parents, to the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Gyeongbae. 바로. Now the time has come for us to receive precious words of truth from our beloved true Mother. Let us welcome true Mother once again, and let us express how happy we are to meet her with a loving round of applause. Beloved, blessed families around the world, Cheonbo families of whom I am so proud of, today is truly a day to rejoice. In Cheonilguk, as we march forward the bright, beautiful Cheonilguk, today we mark a new beginning.
창조주 하나님께서는
God, the Creator,
하늘 부모님이 되시어
became the heavenly parent,
승리한
and
참 부모와 함께
together with the victorious true parents on earth,
자녀들과 함께
together with the beloved children,
실체적인
in substance,
지상 천국을
the kingdom of heaven on earth
이루어
is
나가시고자 하시는
being realized,
꿈이 있으셨습니다.
and heavenly parent had this dream from the beginning.
그러나
Unfortunately,
인간 시조의 타락은
due to the fall of the first human ancestors,
하늘 부모님의 꿈이 이루어질 수 없는
heavenly parents' dream could not be realized,
오늘날과 같은
and as a result, a world of despair and suffering
출발이 됐습니다.
began.
전지전능하신 창조주께서는
The Creator, who is almighty, omnipotent, and omniscient, needed to bring about the realization of the providence that was initiated.
끝을 보아야 합니다. 실패라는
The word failure
용어는
does not exist
창조주께서
in Heavenly Parent in the Creator's dictionary.
그리하여
Therefore,
구원 섭리 역사를 통해
the long and painful history of the restoration through indemnity was initiated, and humanity has been educated
얼마나
that providence was so arduous and painful that it took 6,000 providential years.
그러나
However,
하늘 부모님께서는
Heavenly Parent
당신의 창조 이상을 지상에서
wished to realize the ideal of creation on the earth, and as a result, God
환경권이
searched for the propitious nation where to send the true parents. Unfortunately, despite being the chosen nation, the environment of Korea did not embrace true parents, and 60 years passed. These 60 years were a long providential time that cannot be explained in words.
암담하고
This was a time of trials and tribulations, a time when the light of heaven could not shine.
그러한 섭리 역사였습니다.
It was such a difficult providential history.
참 부모는
True parents,
60년간
for the past 60 years,
단계적으로
have been working in stages, and through each stages and each proclamation, true parents finally
12년
proclaimed in 2012
기원절을
the
선포하게
foundation day of Cheonilguk.
천일국의 원년이 시작이 됩니다.
The beginning year of Cheonilguk had started. However,
그 시작을
the start of Cheonilguk
독생녀 참 어머니만이
can only be
이루어냈습니다.
accomplished through the only begotten daughter, true mother. I
부모님의 꿈을 알기에
knew the dream of Heavenly Parent,
7년간
and that is why for the next 7 years
없는 가운데서
I had to overcome unspeakable hardships and challenges to realize without fail on this earth an environment where Heavenly Parent could be attended in substance by humanity.
7개국은 물론이요.
And therefore, I toured the world to restore 7 nations and 7 religious denominations.
더 나아가서
Furthermore,
인류가
humanity
희망으로 찾아 나오는
needs to find hope.
그
And that is why I've been working tirelessly to bring about the day when humanity could find hope once again.
역사를 대륙을 복귀하는
And
과정을 통해서
through the process of initiating the providence to restore the continent, I proclaimed the firm establishment of Cheonilguk. And on that foundation, on this earth,
부모님이 운행하는
Heavenly Parent can now directly
천일 성전을
operate,
봉헌할
and
수 있는
the abode of Heavenly Parent, the Cheonil Sanctum, was dedicated.
천성에 입성하신
And Father, who ascended to the kingdom of heaven,
지상에
is
독생녀 참
now
어머니와
working completely in unison with True Mother on earth. And we are working to bring about the realization of God's providence.
거기에
And
참 아버지로서의
as the true Father,
책임이 있습니다.
Father had a responsibility on this earth.
마태복음 12장 31절
In Matthew 11:31, it is written,
성령을 거역한 자는
He who speaks against the Holy Spirit cannot be forgiven.
이 구절을
The meaning of this passage is something we should deeply reflect upon. While we are on earth,
참 아버지로서
as the true Father,
적인 관계와
all secular ties and all unprincipled
있는 자들을
path, anybody walking in an unprincipled path, even though they may have secular ties with Father,
정리해야 될 분은
all of those ties must be completely
그 일을
cleared up.
하실
And
것입니다.
Father has that responsibility, and Father will do so. He
그렇기
will
때문에 앞으로는
take care of all secular ties and unprincipled relationships.
타락이라는
And
그림자도
after that,
있게 됩니다.
there will be no shadows whatsoever, even of the fall.
하늘 부모님을 모시는
The only thing remaining will be
부모와
the victorious true parents who attend Heavenly Parent together with humanity
부모님을 모시고
who attends Heavenly Parent.
그렇게도 고대하고
And
그리던
the long-awaited and
하늘 부모님
the long
지상
expected dream of the realization of the kingdom of heaven on earth, the kingdom of heaven on earth,
만들어 나가는 데 있어서는
will be realized.
천일국의
And in that process,
천보 가정들의 책임이 중요합니다.
the responsibility of Cheonbo families is indeed great. It is through you Cheonbo families
2세, 3세권이
that the second and third generations
자연스럽게
can naturally
하늘 부모님을 모시는 환경권에서
grow in an environment of attendance to Heavenly Parent, that they can grow in love, in joy, and happiness, and they can learn from a young age how to attend Heavenly Parent. And together we can grow and develop this beautiful environment of Cheonilguk for future generations.
하늘 부모님의 꿈을 이루어드리는
Therefore, the time has come for us to realize Heavenly Parent's dream,
막중합니다.
and the responsibility of Cheonbo families in that regard is indeed great.
인간들의 무지로 인해서
Until now, due to the ignorance of human beings,
오늘날의 지구
today's earth, the environment,
대로 황폐해져
is really being destroyed.
코로나 팬데믹으로 인해서
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic,
보이지 않습니다.
people cannot see beyond today.
어떻게
How
인류가
can humanity
그렇게도 꿈꿔왔던 평화 세계로 가는 데 있어서
find hope and realize the long-cherished wish of humanity, a world of lasting peace?
늦기 전에
Let us not allow the many institutions and many challenges and obstacles made by humanity towards the realization of peace
본래
to remain. We have the responsibility to realize God's original ideal. And God's original ideal was to accomplish the ideal of creation. And one of those ideals consists in preserving and restoring the earth to its pristine environment for future generations.
영원성을 두고
God
창조된
created the earth to be eternal.
만물이며
God created human beings and all of creation with eternity in mind. And the world of creation
창조 본연의
that is unfallen retains the original nature
그 순리대로
and operates in accordance with the principles of creation. It is human beings
파괴하지 않는다면은
who are destroying the environment, and had the human beings not destroyed the environment, then eternal life for humanity can be accomplished.
특히 요즘
In
세계
particular,
곳곳에서
these days, all around the world,
지구 온난화로
due to climate change, due to droughts,
뿔들이
wildfires continue to happen, and torrential rains
많은 인명
are
있게
causing tremendous calamities, and countless human lives are
이것을
being destroyed.
그냥 바라만 보고
We cannot
있을 수는 없습니다.
idly sit and watch as these phenomena occur. We need to realize a family that attends Heavenly Parent, and in particular, the role of blessed families is important. You are called to unite with true parents
나가야만
and
합니다.
take the lead in solving these critical problems afflicting the world. Our dream
하늘 부모님을 모신 70억
consists
인류가
of realizing
인류 한
a world where all 7.8 billion people around the world live in attendance to God, the Heavenly Parent.
자녀로
Our responsibility is to make sure that all 7.8 billion people around the world can all become God's beloved children and live each day receiving the love of God in accordance with the ideal of creation, We need to guide humanity to return to God's bosom, educate humanity on how they can become the children of God who receive the love of God, live each day filled with God's love. Those who know the truth have the responsibility of sharing the truth to others. Wouldn't you agree? Therefore, we can no longer allow
하늘 부모님께
sorrow and pain
괴로움을
to bring
슬픔을
sadness and suffering to God's heart.
여자의 길을 가서
We cannot walk the path of unfilial children. Let us all
실현하는
realize Heavenly Parents' dream together. Let us become the true
천보 축복 가정이 되어
Cheonbo families.
효자
Let us become true filial sons and daughters. Let us become true citizens of God's kingdom. That is my earnest hope and prayer and blessing to all of you.
찬란히 빛나는
And please be filled with hope because Cheonilguk in the coming days will be a beautiful environment that will shine brightly for the entire world. This is my blessing to all of you.
참아버님 천주 성화 9주년을 맞이해서 참 어머님께서는 하늘 부모님을
Thank you, True Mother really gave us such a precious message. And since Father's Ascension, she has been working tirelessly with a unique and complete focus on realizing the heavenly unified Korea, the responsibility of Cheonbo families, as well as the importance of preserving an environment for future generations. Let us give another warm round of applause to True Mother for her precious message today.
천지인 참 부모님
And now we will invite Mother to take her seat at the center of the stage.
광막한 사막에
Mother has walked a path of blood, sweat, and tears. She likened her ordeal to walking in the midst of a desert storm, having to find the needle that would bring about the victory of the providence. Mother's life has been a life of hyojong. Mother's life has been a life seeking to bring liberation not just to Heavenly Parent and True Father, but to all of humanity. Let us give another round of applause to express our gratitude to our beloved True Mother.
모두 자리에 착석하시도록
Everyone, kindly take your seats.
사랑하는 지도자 우리
Beloved leaders and blessed families from around the world, we would like to now begin part 2. And before we have the Hyojong cultural performance, we have a very special in memorial letter that was sent by a very special leader. And when Father was in Denbury, there was a special leader who rose up to really defend True Father, to defend religious freedom, but also to really inspire the world on the need of family values, freedom, and religion. And really the Honorable Orrin Hatch, former President pro tempore of the Senate, sent a special letter in memoriam of True Father. And I would like to read that letter as we prepare for part 2. In remembrance of the passing of Reverend Sun Myung-moon, Senator Orrin Hatch, Chairman Emeritus of the Orrin Hatch Foundation, released the following statement. On the 9th anniversary of Reverend Sun Myung-moon's passing, I welcome this opportunity to share a few thoughts on the life and legacy of a good friend. Reverend Moon was a powerful voice for freedom in the world. As a young man, he endured unspeakable horrors in a North Korean prison camp. Thankfully, he escaped and found refuge in South Korea, where he committed himself to fighting the evils of communism. He understood perhaps better than anyone the destructive potential of the communist ideology. And so he devoted his life to building up the strongest bulwark against the tyranny, the family. He was a spiritual leader and a role model to countless across the world. And he used his influence to affirm the centrality of the family in a world that had long ago forgotten its value. His beloved wife, Mother Moon, was his partner in this cause, and together they worked to bring hope and happiness to families across the world. I believe that an attack on one religion is an attack on all. That is why I supported Reverend Moon when it appeared that his religious beliefs were being threatened. Whether you wear a mesusa or go to a mosque, whether you follow Buddha or the Bible, the Constitution empowers you to worship God according to the dictates of your own conscience. Reverend Moon believed in this as well. Reverend Moon used his global platform to defend the ideals of freedom, faith, and family through the Washington Times, which he established in 1982. To this day, the publication has a dedicated readership and a talented stable of writers who ably defend American values through the written word. Reverend Moon's legacy lives on not only through this paper, but through the millions of individuals he touched over a lifetime of service. I am grateful to have known Reverend Moon, and I wish peace and blessings upon his family, friends, and loved ones as we look back on his remarkable life. Thank you very much. Once again, God bless you. Thank you to everybody.
한학자 총재님의 성업에 늘 지지와 사랑을 보냅니다. 문선명 총재 천주성화 9주년을 맞이하는
And this was the Honorable Orrin Hatch's special letter in memoriam of Reverend Moon, true father. Oh, indeed, what an incredible tribute from the Honorable Orrin Hatch to our true parents. Let us give the Honorable Orrin Hatch a warm round of applause for this extraordinary letter tribute to true father. Beloved leaders, beloved blessed families and leaders from around the world, today we are celebrating the historic 9th Holy Ascension anniversary of a true father. But we also really could feel once again the heart of Hyojong that true parents have given us. And now we would like to begin the special Hyojong performance that will include the chapters about creation, the fall, and restoration. We will be able to feel and see and experience through arts and culture really the heart of true parents, the heart of happiness of God at the time of creation, the heart of despair at the time of the fall, and the heart of hope through true parents' work of restoration. The Peace Choir will embody in songs the path of restoration that our true parents have pioneered, the cross of the providence that true parents have carried. The songs are really the solace that true parents found in spite of challenges and difficulties. And from holy songs, in particular, songs that true parents loved, will be performed today. We will be able to feel once again the blood, sweat, and tears, the path of sacrifice that true parents have walked through songs and videos. Let us reflect on the life of our true parents. Let us reflect on the path of our true parents. And let us work together to realize the foundation for the heavenly unified Korea by 2022. And let us all realize the heavenly unified world by 2027 so that true parents can open the era of the heavenly unified cosmos. Ladies and gentlemen, join me with a warm round of applause to begin the Hyojong cultural performance.
부모와 자식 간의 관계 이상 중요하고 귀한 것이 없다는 것입니다. 이것이 우주를 창조하신 하나님과 인간의 근본 관계이기 때문입니다. 그런데 아담의 타락의 역사를 두고 하나님의 가슴에 가장 아픈 화로 남아져 내려온 것이 무엇인지 아십니까? 하나님의 핏줄을 잃어버리고 소유권마저 잃어버린 사건입니다. 그게 타락이야. 생명보다 귀하고 사랑보다 더 중요한 것이 혈통입니다. 그저 두렵고 꿈만 같은 하늘의 명을 앞에 놓고 한사코 사양하는 번호의 가슴은 어느새 하나님의 뜨거운 눈물로 채워지고 있었습니다.
I countlessly and continuously thought about God, and one day my heart was filled with God's love and God's tears. This is the crown of glory sang by 효진님's son, 신흥님.
나는 고통을 느낍니다. 내가 사람을 심판할 때 나는 견딜 수 없습니다. 내가 사람을 미워할 때 나는 존재 가치를 잃고 맙니다. 그러나 만일 믿으면 나는 속임을 당하고 맙니다. 이 저녁 나는 머리를 손바닥에 묻고 고통과 슬픔에 떨고 있습니다. 내가 틀린 것입니까? 그렇습니다. 내가 틀린 것입니다. 비록 속임을 당할지라도 믿어야 합니다. 비록 배신을 당할지라도 용서해야 합니다. 오 주여 사랑하는 아픔이여 저의 이 고통을 보소서. 불타는 이 가슴에 주의 손을 얹어주소서. 저의 심장은 깊은 고뇌로 터질 듯만 하옵니다. 그러나 배신한 자들을 사랑했을 때 나는 승리를 쟁취했습니다.
수없이 반복되는 생사의 기로에서 피를 토하면서도
I stood several times at the crossroads between life and death, and I was really even vomiting blood. The path that I walked was really a path of thorns, a path of suffering. But I had to find and hold on to God, even though it seemed like He had forsaken me.
말할 걸 그랬지. 이미 아니면 못 산다 할 것을 사랑한다고 말할 걸 그랬지. 망설이다가 가버린 사랑. 마음 주고 꿈도 주고 눈물 주고 멀어져 갔네. 님은 먼 곳에 영원히 먼 곳에 망설이다가 가버린 사랑. 마음 주고 꿈도 주고 눈물 주고 멀어져 갔네. 힘은 먼 곳에 영원히 먼 곳에 님이 아니면 못 산다 할 것을 못 산다 할 것을 님은 먼 곳에 영원히 먼 곳에 망설이다가 가버린 사랑. 사랑한다고 말할 걸 그랬지. 망설이다가 가버린 사랑. 힘은 먼 곳에 멀리 동해바다 외로운 섬 오늘도 거센 바람 불어오겠지 조그만 얼굴로 바람 맞으니 독도야 선범에 잘 잤냐 아리랑 홀로 아리랑 고개를 넘어가 보자 가다가 힘들면 쉬어가느라고 손잡고 가보자 같이 가보자 금강산 맑은 물은 통해로 흐르고 설악산 맑은 물도 통해 가는데 우리네 마음은 어디로 가는가 언제쯤 우리는 하나가 될까 아리랑 홀로 아리랑 고개를 넘어가 보자 하나가 힘들면 쉬어가느라고 손잡고 가보자 같이 가보자 자 여러분 우리 아버지 우리 어머니 모시고 백두에서 한라까지 아리랑 부르면서 행복하게 살아보세요 백두산 두만강에서 배 타고 떠나라 한라산 제주에서 배 타고 가자 가다가 천정궁에 닻을 내리고 또 오는 아침에는 맞이해보자 아리랑
우리에게 희망이 있습니다.
We have hope.
하늘은 우리와 함께 계십니다.
Heaven is with us.
부모를 통해서
Through true parents, let us get the recognition of Heavenly Parent. You are my son, you are my daughter. This is the only path for humanity to find life. This is my request, and this is my call to action to all of you.
여러분 멋진 공연을 해준 우리 피스
What a beautiful, beautiful performance. What a beautiful concert. This was from the Peace Choir and David Eaton together, Mrs. Sakada, Kim Eja. They've all come. Let us give them another warm round of applause. Let us give them another big round of applause.
행복하셨죠?
Wasn't this a happy moment? Didn't you enjoy this? Were you moved?
그리고 결심하셨죠?
Did you make a resolve? Let us give another round of applause to the Hyojeong Cultural Center.
그리고 이 귀한 효정
And
문화
at this
축제의
time,
장을 통해
through this special Hyojeong cultural performance, we could really feel the heart of true parents for a heavenly unified Korea and heavenly unified world. Let us give a warm round of applause to our beloved true mother for leading us to make a new resolve. Lastly, until 2022, we are going to realize the firm realization of a heavenly unified Korea. Let us put our hearts together. We are going to sing Our Wish is for Unity. In attendance to True Mother, we are all going to sing the Song of Unity together. Let us welcome our beloved True Mother with a warm round of applause. She's going to come and take center stage as we sing the Song of Unity. Everyone, please rise. Let us sing the Song of Unity together. Next, we will have the cheers of Ong Manse. The cheers of Ong Manse will be offered by leaders from Heavenly Unified Korea with a firm realization and the determination to realize the foundation for a Heavenly Unified Korea. Representatives of the first, second, and third generations will offer cheers of Ong Manse. Reverend Lee Gi-sung, Reverend Chu Jin-tae, Hwang Bo-go, Yu Yong-deuk, Lee Sang-jae, Park Gyeongbae, Reverend Cho Man-eung, Reverend Lee Hyun-young of UPF Korea, Mrs. Kim Soo-yeon of WFWP, and Mr. Kim Jae-on of YSP will lead us in the cheers of Ong Manse. Today, as we celebrate the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of True Father, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind, true Father in the spirit world, and true Mother on earth, will hear our resolve. And all the citizens of Cheon around the world, we will put our lives on the line. We will march forward. We will put everything on the line so that in the next 6 months, we are going to establish the foundation for the Heavenly Unified Korea. We will realize this without fail by 2022. All the elders will take the lead. UPF will take responsibility and take the lead. All the women leaders will unite as one with Mother, and we will march forward. And all the youth will take the lead, and we will become the lightning rod of the providence. Putting all of this resolve together, we will have 3 cheers of Ong Manse. Ong Manse for Heavenly Parent. Ong Manse. Ong Manse for victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Ong Manse. Ong Manse for the victorious celebration of the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of True Father. Ong Manse for this victory. Ong Manse. Let us all offer a standing bow of greeting to our beloved true parents. Let us offer a standing bow, please, to the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Gyeongbae. Paro. And now our beloved true mother will exit the stage. Let us all give a tremendous round of applause to thank true mother for giving us a precious message of truth. Let us give another heartfelt round of applause to our beloved true mother. Thank you, true mother. Thank you. Mother, we love you. Thank you, true mother. True parents, we love you. We will realize the Heavenly Unified Korea. This concludes the Cheon Commemorative Gyeongbae ceremony to celebrate the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension anniversary of Myung, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. Thank you for your participation. Have a lovely holiday and Godspeed.